What if I told you that raising a baby doesn't have to be expensive? Welcome back to The Young Mama. Today I am going to give you 6 tips on how to save money on baby's first year. And as you guys know, I am very passionate about living on a budget and saving money and being frugal in general. So hopefully you guys enjoy these 6 tips that have worked for me so far. The first one is to be practical and not go overboard on the nursery. I find that lots of moms, including myself, are tempted to spend way too much money before baby even gets here. And I understand that if you have the money and you want to go crazy, it's fine. But if you are trying to be on a budget, the nursery is one thing that you can save money on. Personally, we moved into this house after our baby was born. He didn't even have a nursery at our other house. He was just in our bedroom. And we moved here when he was 4 months old. And we didn't go crazy at all in decorating it. We have a couple pictures up on the walls, and we have it painted blue, and we have the furniture that's a necessity. But we didn't go crazy on, making everything the same theme and making everything picture perfect and good enough to be in a magazine, because it's just not necessary, and the baby has no idea what its room looks like compared to other babies' rooms, and it will be happy no matter what you provide it with, as long as it is comfortable and safe, and there's some things for it to look at to keep it entertained. Baby will be happy, and there's no need to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a nursery. My second tip is to use consignment stores and consignment sales. Now in our area there are 2 sales that I really like. One is called Kids Closet and the other is Reusables, and they are all over the country doing consignment sales. You can probably find one in your area. I will put links below to their websites. There's all kinds of kids consignment sales that take place all over. Find the one that is near you and find the one that works for you. Usually they're in the spring and in the fall, so you can shop for your baby or your infant for the next 6 months, and then there'll be another one, and they have the seasonal clothes there, and you can save so much money. They're usually less than 50% of what you would pay in stores, and they are also really picky about what they take for the sales, so everything should still be really good quality, and that is a great place to buy your clothes and any toys, books. I mean, really, who wants to spend $20 for every book that they buy for their kid when you can get them at garage sales and consignment stores for, just a couple bucks, if that. If you don't have consignment sales in your area, look for a consignment store that's open regular hours. And this tip not only saves you money on buying stuff, but can also make you back money. I have sold some of Miles' stuff already. He's only 8 months old, and I've made almost $200 selling stuff back to consignment stores and consignment sales on the things that I just don't really need to keep around for the next baby, and yeah, has saved us a lot of money. Tip 3, you don't need everything. When you go to do your baby registry and when you walk into the baby section of Target, or you go to Buy Baby or Babies R Us, there are so many gadgets these days, and you can spend so much money on gadgets that babies will only use for a couple months, and it is not necessary. Our moms raised us without all these gadgets, and we can do it too. Now, I love things that are helpful and that save you time, when they're inexpensive, but you don't need a $300 Momma Roo. They're super cool, and if you have one, great. And if you have one, don't get a swing and a bouncer too. You can definitely save money by not getting all the crazy gadgets that the moms think that they need, that just clutter up your house and you don't use very long anyhow. we didn't have a bouncer or a swing, and we were just fine. We just used our pack and play, and Miles did just fine. So that's tip number 3. You don't need all the gadgets. Tip number 4 is to breastfeed. I talked about my breastfeeding tips last week, and I just think it is a huge money saver. Formula is super expensive. You have to buy a bunch of bottles, and you are just throwing so much money out the window, and it can also end up costing you more in medical bills when you use formula. Again, like I said in my last video, I understand that there are reasons that moms can't breastfeed, for a bunch of different reasons, for physical reasons, or because they're going back to work and they're not allowed to pump at work, or a lot of different reasons to not. But if you can breastfeed, you are going to save yourself hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So do it. My 5th tip is to use cloth diapers or to use cheaper diapers. Now, I do not have the patience for cloth diapers, but if you do, go for it. I know a lot of friends who save a lot of money on cloth diapers. It's a huge money saver if you do have the time for it, especially if you're going to have multiple kids and can use the cloth diapers over again, because obviously when you use cloth diapers, you do still have to buy diapers up front. They just last longer. Now, if you can't, or you just choose not to do cloth diapers like me, it's just too much inconvenience for you. The other thing is to use a cheaper diaper, like a store brand diaper, or Love's is a lot cheaper than Pampers and Huggies. I know like some of the big stores like Costco and BJ's have their own brand, but just experiment with diapers and don't feel like you have to use the most expensive ones. I'll put a link to my video on my review on Target's diapers, and they are definitely my favorite, and I would recommend them if you want to save some money on diapers, which are a huge expense obviously for the baby's first year or first couple years. My next tip is for after the first couple months, when you are starting to feed your baby food other than formula and breast milk, and that is to make your own baby food or try baby-led weaning. We are kind of doing a combination of the two with Miles, and I have not bought any jarred baby food yet, and I don't plan on it, and it's definitely saving me money. So you can make your own baby food by pureeing steamed vegetables or cooked meat or whatever you want to make into baby food with a little bit of water in a blender. You will need a good blender. I use a Blendtec, but you don't have to use one that expensive. You can use just any high quality blender that you can get your hands on, and it will definitely save you money, and it's most likely going to be more nutritious for the baby. Also, you can try baby-led weaning. There are lots of YouTube videos about what baby-led weaning is. Basically, you're just feeding your baby what you're eating and letting them feed themselves just solid foods that isn't even pureed. And again, you don't really have to buy anything extra. You just feed them what you are having, and it's a lot less expensive to buy a half of a pepper more than to go out and buy a bunch of already made and prepared baby food. Alright, so Miles woke up, so he is going to help me with the last tip, and that is to stay at home. Now I know, again, this is a crazy tip and not everyone can do it, but just think about it before you decide to go back to work, how much it costs you to go to work. I did not have a super high paying job, so I would barely break even between childcare, the extra clothes that you end up spending, or the extra clothes you end up buying and spending money on because you have to go to work, just, you know, transportation costs, the wear and tear on my car plus the gas, and again, obviously childcare is the big part of that. So it was barely worth it money-wise for me to go back to work, and I am able to make some money from home doing different things. So if you have ever wanted to start a job that you can do from home, if you have an idea of, you know, a business opportunity that you haven't tried out yet, or something like that that you can do without having to go back to work full time, now is the time to try it out and to spend some time with your little ones at home. It is definitely worth not just you know, money, but it is definitely worth it if you can stay at home. Again, I know for a lot of people it is not a money saving tip, but for me it was barely worth the money, again, to go back. So I am finding ways to make money from home, and I'm actually driving people to and from work, kind of like an Uber. You can get a job with Uber and do that hours when your husband's home, or when, you know, family can watch them if you're a single mom. And yeah, just look for other ways where it's possible to make money and not have to go to work, and you may be surprised that it ends up saving you money. So those are my money saving tips for baby's first year, and I think Miles approves this video, right, Miles? So let me know what you guys want me to talk about in the future, and give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and can't wait to hear from you, and I will see you next week. Say bye, Miles. Look at the camera, say bye.